Hi, Flosstube.
Greetings.
I'm Laura.
Hi, Joe.
Welcome to the Slovak Farm.
This is the farm where we grow cross stitch.
One stitch at a time. Today is Monday, October 11th. Happy International Girl Day. Some of y'all are not going to think that's where I was going. Today is International Girl Day, where we celebrate all of the girls in our lives. And we work to inspire them to be the best that they can be. That face. I don't think he's buying it, folks. It is actually International Girl Day.
No, actually, it is me sitting here going, that's an inappropriate joke. That's an inappropriate joke. That's an inappropriate joke. I've said that more times than I can count in my head.
Well,
Moving along.
moving on. How has y'all's week been? How was y'all's week? Ours was cray-cray. Yours was shit. Yours was poop. I gotta watch the cuss words.
I had Tuesday, 9.5. Wednesday, 9.5. Thursday, 11-hour days. Partially because the customer didn't check to see if any of their stuff was working before I got there.
How lovely of them. That's some boo junk.
And it turns out all the ones that didn't have stuff in there was actually because they weren't working properly, but nobody bothered telling management.
Yeah, well, you know. Sounds about typical.
So, and then Friday was just about as organized. An hour of my day was trying to get a hold of people.
At least this week's going to be better for you.
I hope. Today was not that good.
Oh, no.
Wasn't bad, but it was just irritating.
Yeah, well. Thanks, Ollie.
I haven't had a chance to tell you about it yet.
No, you haven't. Because you called me on your way home as I was still stitchy. And then
I got home early this time.
Yeah. And then I got into town and was stopped by a tow truck picking up a tow truck.
Did they at least have the same name?
They did. They did.
That would be embarrassing.
Yeah, they did. I'm not sure what happened though. So, it was interesting. But, that's been the week. Not much excitement going on. It is 80 degrees here today. I had to close the windows and turn the AC on. In part because they fixed the gaping hole at the end of the street corner today, and you could smell the asphalt.
Yeah, it was very, very bad.
It was bad.
I was afraid of losing my mower in it.
It was awful. Okay. But it's all fixed now, so it's all blacktopped.
It's now the best section of the road. It needs work, but it's such a backside road. I don't think it'll see work for another 10 years.
I'm not going to complain because it keeps people from flying down the street. They got to slow down because of all the bumps.
The one guy who's towing his trailer, I'm surprised his trailer stays attached.
I am too.
You want me to read now?
All right, why don't we shout out our commenters?
If I actually shout it, she'd be mad at me.
I was expecting it one of these times.
I don't want to break people's speakers.
Yeah, there's that too. And people that listen with headphones.
Or eardrums. Bridget, Angie, Mad Morty, Teresa, Andre, Fever Dreams. whips and chains, y'all. Okay.
Like, when I... Did you go back and add to your comment? Because when I first saw it earlier last week, there was not that much there. So, she made a comment about all my backstitching, and then said she's planning on doing all of the elemental dragons. And she asked about the alphabet challenge group. I will link the group below today's video. I didn't even think about that last week. So, yeah, I'll throw the link up for that. I'm also doing, what am I doing? I'm in a couple different challenge groups, but most of them are just basic. Here's a picture. Here's how many stitches I did. Doesn't have to fit a theme. So I'll link WIPgo, the alphabet group, for everybody, so that you guys can know. I'm working on planning next year. Can't see my writing on those blank pieces of paper. I'm struggle busing with my alphabet because I really don't want to start a bunch of things. But
You need help.
I might need some help. Alright, so why don't we get to whippage, to whips, and we'll go from there. Whips?
See previous statement about my week.
Joe had no Stitchy Mojo this week.
Okay, when did I go to bed Friday?
Like 9:30?
7:30 is when I went upstairs.
I was partying on my Zuni with my girls.
At 7:30, my brain literally went 2 + 2 = mellow yellow, purple, turquoise. Good night.
Good night.
So yeah, that's how bad it was. So I did. Also, my 3 days, they were 2 hours from here one way. And the one on Friday wasn't close either.
What was that? Why did I write? Oh, you know what? Did I do what I think I did?
Do I have to pause the video while your brain processes information?
I did do what I think I did. Okay. Alright. Well, let's start with where
The beginning.
the beginning. I worked on my weenie dogs. My jeans and weenies. Jeans and weenies! The original is somebody else's, so I copied the cover so I don't destroy the crap out of it. Sitting on my copier still. This is on a piece of 28? No, 32. Handed by the Silver Firm. Cleveland Cred? Yeah, Cleveland Cred. I ended up with a total of 809 stitches between the two challenges I did for it. My weenie dogs. Okay,
I do not think that hydrant is up to code.
half a weenie.
That there sounds like a personal problem.
It is. It is. So,
Oh, Mad Morty. I believe that was the last person we talked about. Awesome Captain Planet reference.
Fever Dreams.
Oh, Fever Dreams. Whichever one.
So, there was that. And when we're talking about the weenie dogs, I FFO'd turkey sausage. I'm not in love with this bow because it kind of is covering the words. But it's FFO.
Can I make a stupid suggestion?
What?
A really small finishing nail right there and there to hold the bows in place.
Yeah, if I need to.
Those are good.
So turkey sausage has been FFO'd by my wonderful FFO'er, me. going to mark it for some finishing.
And just to give you an idea, once she got the idea of what to do with that thing, she went running up the stairs to her craft room like a kid on Christmas, screaming, "My muse has spoken to me!"
Well, I had to figure out, I didn't want to make it a pillow. And so I was going to try to like make some wall mount thing with a base backing, and then I went, wait. So, and I had to paint this, so, and it needed to dry, so. And then there was more stitching. The Wheel of Stitchy Goodness wanted me to stitch on Taylor's Oldest Time, which is the Beauty and the Beast style I'm doing. We got the first official room on the 1st. I'm not going to keep up. Y'all know this. It's all good, though. Because I did 407 stitches on it. My castle is all gridded out. It started on the top. I would have started on the first bonus room. But when I pulled the threads that were listed were the ones that were only used, or, well, were the ones listed to do the outside. The ones listed that you need for in the room weren't on that list. So I didn't pull. So I just worked on border. Because I was too lazy to go get the other threads. Last week was a week, y'all.
Last week was so bad I didn't go to Guild.
Yes, Joe did not go to Guild meeting. I think Guild meeting night I may have stitched like 50 stitches. So it was a week. Alright. So then one of my letters of the month this week, Blessings Be Thine, was it? Y'all remember how I told you? I finished it and yeah. Well, anyway, so I restarted the little ornament or the little octagon doodad. It's pretty much almost done because I'm not putting the snowflakes in it because I don't like those snowflakes that are on the chart.
Can I say a word that you think is a curse word up until recently?
What?
You can look through all of the samplers you own and see if you can find different snowflakes that match it, but more your taste.
So the snowflake, there's one here and I think one down there. And I can already tell you, I'm okay with it not being in there. There's some berries over here. And then the rest of the leaf.
It was just a suggestion.
Right. But I got to the 500 stitches I needed for it for the month. I don't think there's another 200 stitches on it.
So kill it.
Maybe 100. So yeah, I may possibly just get this sucker done by the end of the year. We'll see. Let's see. So that was 440 and 105 is 545 stitches on that. That is on a piece of hand dyed by the Silver Farm. That's a solo. It was custom. It was scrap from a custom die for someone. Daily 30 gave us a pop-up this week. It was cornucopia, so we had to stitch a basket. And then we had to stitch 10 items in our basket. Our basket was 200 stitches. Our items were 100 stitches. And so, obviously, our basket had to have something in the basket in it. Our items could be something leaves, flowers, berries, fruits, vegetables. Lots of leaves. So that's what I worked on. I started with, and their pop-ups this year, they've run them so that you can do your zombie run with the pop-up. Yes, dear.
You can do the berries for that one thing and finish it up.
It concluded at 9 a.m. this morning.
I tried.
I got my 10 cornucopia items stitched. One of them I stitched at 6:30 this morning. I've been up since 2:30. When Joe went to work at 6 o'clock, I said, screw it, I'm getting out of bed. And I stitched and I finished my last cornucopia item. So, my basket and several of my cornucopia items, I think 2, yeah, because I did 460 stitches on my Stitcher's Heart. I made the executive brain decision, since they're all going on one piece of fabric, like Shores of Cochran Hollow is, I technically want to count them all as one, since I'm doing it in the same vein as Shores of Cochran Hollow. You know, some people would have done it. Whatever. It doesn't matter to me. I just want to get the stitches in. So, that being said, I made this decision. And then realized I'm stitching this on 28 count, not 32, like it calls for. I will not be able to fit all 4 pieces on one piece of fabric. I do have a second piece of my fabric, but it's linen, not even weave. So that's going to be an adventure. And in case you're wondering, no, I can't dye more because this fabric that we're stitching my Stitcher's Heart on, so I have the box top all done. And then I started the 1/2 of the scissor fob. So the scissor fob is 2 stitched pieces sewn together. So I started with 1/2 of the scissor fob. This piece of fabric was dyed with the same dye as that piece of fabric. No, they don't look alike. I don't know what happened. But
blue, purple, blue, purple, blue, purple. Huh?
I have 0 idea because this fabric literally came out of the same bottle.
Yeah, dye.
Yeah. I don't know what happened.
Are they slightly different fabrics?
Well, see, when I originally dyed this piece of fabric, that's what I thought, because this is an even weave and that's a linen. So I took a piece of linen and used what was left of this bottle to dye a piece of linen. Matches that one. I have no idea what happened. I have no idea why it happened. I do know that the linen and the even weave, they're both 28 count. They're both the same color. Gonna stitch on linen, I guess. I think now that I've stitched on even weave, I can handle the linen and the counting. Because the first time I stitched on linen, I had an issue with the counting because of the way the threads are thick and thin. Da-da-da-da-da-da. So I think now that I've done it on even weave, where that's all even, it won't matter. My thing with the linen is the whole thick and thin threads. I don't like that look. It's not my style. But I'll deal with it. It'll be fine. I have another project that's got linen on it anyways, and since that was a gift, I'm gonna stitch that as is. Okay.
Sorry, I'm.
So then yesterday I busted out Madame Belle.
Nowhere near as much cussing as I was expecting.
I busted out Belle by Shannon Christine. I was working on back stitching. This is on a piece of 28 count Slovak Farm in the colorway Raven. No, Black Ice. This is Black Ice. So I did the back stitching on this side of her dress. I did the beading in there and did the beading on her cloche, which is not right. But after I pulled out half of it once, I wasn't pulling out half of it a second time, and it looks fine. I know it's wrong and it's going to bug me, but it looks fine.
Those are the things that make them custom.
Yes. I only got 305 stitches in on this, so I do need to do another 100 stitches on it for the zombie run for it. So, and then this is supposed to get worked on twice this month for the zombie run. But all I have left to stitch on is those 500 stitches for the zombie run. So, finish her first set and then her second set. So, I have plenty of time to finish it this month. And I'm pretty much at a point where I'm just going to be doing cross-stitching because I got to get the dress worked out. I think I'm going to finish up the yellow part of the dress, or at least the sides of the dress, before I start putting in this big chunk of white. And I may break it up and do some of this and then finish the bottom part of the dress and then go back and finish the white, because that's a lot of white. I don't know yet. Figure it out when I get there.
Yep.
Put back in there. This bag is really not big enough for this project. Probably need to put it in a different bag. Okay. So, I wasn't going to take Belle with me to Mom and Dad's to try to bead while I was A, in the car, or B, sitting in my parents' house. Which ended up being sitting in the lawn, in the backyard, because we started.
Oh, that would have sucked if you dropped the beads.
Oh my god.
That would literally be a case of, okay, go buy more.
Go buy a new pack. So, I took the other project that I needed to stitch on for Zombie Run. That was simple. One Nation. So, everything's got flowers and leaves on it, so it worked. One Nation is on 28 count. Silbeck Farm Dirt Road. I would like to tell you all that the company that I buy my dye powders from reformulated a large amount of their dyes due to component sourcing issues. So they reformulated most of their dyes. They're all pretty much the same. However, Dirt Road comes out a touch darker now.
So you're just going to call it Dirtier Road from now on?
I should.
Comment below if you like that name.
But 413 stitches, finished the white stripe. I got all the white stripe done. I got the stitching for the line under here done, and I started I'm almost done with the red stripe there. It's outlined. So then it'll be onto the words for that. And that has been my stitching this week. I'm going to straighten this out and fill the top. I have one more thing to show you, because I FFO'd 2 things this week.
That would be 2 more things.
I showed you turkey sausage.
Yeah.
I also FFO'd, so if you'll remember, I stitched By the Bay Needle Arts White Pumpkin and took off the raven, and it is crooked. No, it's not. I'm holding it. Why does it look crooked?
It is probably because of the angle of the vegetation.
Maybe, yeah. I took off the raven and took off Happy Halloween when I stitched it, so it was super, super small. And I have got this maple leaf cut out from Dollar Tree. I'm going to try to get my fingers on some more. I've got some pumpkins. And I think if I order them in bulk from DollarTree.com, it's a 4-pack. It's a variety 4-pack. But, regardless, put some floral on there. I've never been a floral person until I kind of started doing it this week. I like what it adds. And I also realized that if you buy them when they're on sale, you can cut them apart and not feel guilty. Alright. I think I broke him. Y'all, I think I broke him.
Next part.
So that's been my stitching week this week. I do have haul. So let's go to haul. Haul, y'all.
Yeah.
I was gifted a couple Mirabilias. Some are in my garden, which I think is out of print. And Sleeping Beauty, which I'm pretty sure is out of print. I'm almost positive Sleeping Beauty is out of print. And then, inspired by the Needlework Show and the chart that won Best in Show, I ordered Royal Games, both of them. To stitch them. And I'm irritated because the way WIPgo packed them, I ripped the cover on one of them. But slowly working on getting orders in from WIPgo. WIPgo is really
Don't they
behind
have
right
king
now.
versions of this?
I don't think so.
Okay.
So, we will get there when we get there. At the Mirabilia collection. That's all. Why don't we go on to plans and announcements?
Do you want me to press the button?
Please. Plans and announcements. Plans?
No idea. My week is going to be crazy. And I'm still recuperating from the previous two.
My plan is to get through this before my Instant Pot starts hissing in the kitchen. I think we've got about 20 minutes.
This will take 5.
I have no plan? No. So, I started on my second letter of the month project, which is You, which is a chart titled USA. You'll see it next week. We'll give you the deets on it. It's a very small chart, so I may even be finished with it by then. And then more spinning of the wheel of Stitchy Goodness to stitch on stuff. Because that's what we do. We spin the wheel of Stitchy Goodness. Like I said, I'm working on my plan for next year. I'm working out how to fit things onto the letters of the month without starting too much new stuff. I have a couple of new things that I want to start. And I threw a couple things. I think I've got 3 sitting there. Pulled out of my stash to start. I think I'm going to go through the Ornaments Issue magazine and see what's in that I can stitch that are ornaments. Go through some freebies that I might have. See what I have of that I can stitch. I'm not sure how many more letters I need. So, and for WIPgo this year, I'm putting a different project in every space. But I decided for WIPgo and Letters of the Month, I'm not doing a number or a stitch count goal for those. I'm going to do like 2 days on each project when they're called in the month. Just to sort of work with. Because my WIPgo board is basically done at this point this year. I have all the stitches in. I was done in like June. So I like the idea of doing like 2 days the month it's called in. That way I can still stitch on it other times, but I know that I'll stitch on it in that month and meet those goals. I am going to pick 4 projects to focus on for next year and try to touch them once a month. Whether that's in conjunction with something Daily 30 is doing or not remains to be seen, because it just depends on whether it motivates me. You know, I can't do the weekly, the monthly, and the yearly. I just can't. I don't have that kind of time on my hands. So, like this year, I picked the weeklies and the yearly to focus on. Maybe next year it'll be the monthlies and the yearlies. Maybe next year it'll be the weeklies and the monthlies. I don't know. Stay tuned. Do I have any announcements? Which is hopelessly behind on getting orders out. I don't know when I'm gonna see stuff. I got thread that I ordered in May finally.
Would you like the YouTube spiel?
So, yeah, because I'm pretty much done. So, please give them the YouTube spiel, darling.
Okay, like, comment, subscribe, bell notification, thingy me Bobby. You know, the YouTube thing. For the algorithm. Ooh.
There's squirrel playing in our yard. How appropriate. Oh my god. Thank you guys so much for watching. We appreciate it. We appreciate your comments. That's all I got to say. So, we will see you guys next week.
Bye.